On the banks of the Bagmati River, in the heart of Kathmandu, Nepal cremates the first victims of its youth-led revolution. 19-year-old Shriyam was the first to be shot dead by the police. Within 48 hours, over 70 people lost their lives and 2,000 were injured.
My son told me and his mother that the event was very peaceful. He said that they would participate in their school uniforms, so no one would dare harm them. But on his way home, he was shot in the back of his head. I only had one son, and now that I've lost him, I feel hopeless.
Shriyam was protesting against the suspension of several social media networks in the country. Authorities accused platforms like Facebook, YouTube and Snapchat of failing to comply with new regulations introduced by the Nepalese government. This decision drove thousands of Generation Z youth born between 1997 and 2012 onto the streets, accusing the government of censorship and corruption. What began as a peaceful protest was met with violent repression.
He has been sacrificed, and we must regard him as a martyr. My friend always dreamed of bringing change to build a better nation.
They should have used plastic bullets, but instead they used real ones, which pierced the body. This was a complete failure on the part of the government.
This bloody crackdown ignited Kathmandu far beyond. The next day, thousands defied the curfew. They set fire to dozens of political strongholds, including the parliament, and even chased the finance minister down the street. Calm returned only after Prime Minister Sharma Oli resigned and the army was deployed. Within 24 hours, the government district was reduced to rubble. No offices were spared, not even the Prime Minister's. Flames brought down the parliament's roof, a stark symbol of faltering power. A few miles away, the private residences of politicians were also targeted.
That's where we went in.
Surat and Krishna saw the house being ransacked.
People were going up and down. This is the exact place where the Minister of Foreign Affairs was beaten. She was bleeding badly. Her face was swollen and they were rubbing coal on it to humiliate her.
Arzurana Deoba, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and her husband Sher Bahadur Deoba, a 5-time Prime Minister, lived in this official residence. The luxury of their homes left these two young men astounded.
In our homes, we don't have expensive things. But here, there was a lot of pricey stuff. Silk and imported clothes, expensive imported wine, unique materials, and decorative items coated with silver and gold.
To Nepal's youth, these politicians symbolize the corrupt system that has plagued their nation.
People were really angry. They were shouting, and at the same time they were euphoric and applauding. These people have ruled the country since the end of the monarchy, but they have not improved our living conditions. As leaders of the nation, it was their responsibility.
The young republic, born after the monarchy fell in 2008, now faces a new challenge. Political activist Sagar Dhakal is known for repeatedly challenging the former government. After the violence, he helped Generation Z in establishing dialogue with the army to appoint a new prime minister.
The wealth and the money that all the corrupted politicians have taken, this should be nationalized, Definitely the government need to do the election, and that is the first priority as well. And like while doing elections, we need to make sure these old faces, these corrupted faces would not come back again through the election route, And I think the third demand would be like they need a PM who can represent the youths.
Nepal's youth are leaving the country in large numbers. On average, 65,000 leave each month to find work, and 80% head to Gulf countries. At Kathmandu airport, dozens are preparing to depart.
I only have one expectation from the Gen Z protests, that we will have more opportunities, that corruption will stop, and that we won't have to go abroad to earn a living.
If the government were run by good people, there would be improvements. But I don't think that will happen, or anything will change.
On September 12th, the country's youth chose Sushila Karki as the interim prime minister. Around 125,000 of them voted for her through a poll on Discord, a social network widely used by Generation Z. Her mission now is to hold fresh legislative elections and help appoint a leader who can meet their expectations.